Okay, and here we are. The game has begun, and this is going to be a good one.
Some interesting language here from whap. I think he might be Canadian or Muslim.
All right, I'll go ahead and introduce the players. In the top left, playing Protoss, we have
NormalGeek.
NormalGeek. Very good. Okay, and in the top right, we have the Yellow Terran, the monster sub. He is
Monster Sub Wapple.
Whap!
okay. Looking good here. .net. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing SCVs taking minerals to a command center. I'm seeing
Very nice, very nice.
Typical mechanics. The fundamentals are being displayed by these pros, and we'll see how it helps them transition into their build orders and late game strategies here, mid game strategies. That is.
Very good observation there, CoreyHot.net. I was told that Day 9 invited you out for beers the other night, and you declined his offer. What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, Day 9 has such a fat chin, really.
He does have a fat chin. And we're actually sending this video into Day 9, so he's going to be very disappointed to hear that you declined his offer because of his fat chin.
Let me just say, no problem with anyone with any sort of weight problem with their chin. That's okay.
They can definitely take a punch to the face. That's for sure.
We see NormalGeek's probe here not getting harassed too much. A Marine about to pop out of this barracks, and NormalGeek trying to gather as much info as possible. Meanwhile, over here at NormalGeek's base, we see the cybernetics core going down, and an SCV about to come on into the base and see what's going down. Whap, whap, whap.
Now, so you're a Terran player, correct?
That's right. I love me some Terran.
Now, take me through. So, what are you thinking when you're playing a Protoss early game? What's kind of the checklist of, oh, are they going 4-gate? If they are, I'm going to go this. I mean, what do you think is going through Wap's head right now?
Well, he's doing the right thing with the SCV. He's scouting it out. He's looking where he's using the chrono boost. You see the chrono boost on the cybernetics core. That usually means he's trying to boost out the warp gate. And then he's chrono boosting out a stalker or a zealot. WAP doesn't know that. But what I like to do is send my SCV back into that base around the 5.5 minute mark and see what I'm able to see, if there's 4 gates going down or a 3-gate robo or what. There is a robotics facility going down, and it looks like WAP is not going to be able to see that, so
look
he
at
is
this
still in the
command center towards the bottom for WAP. I really like this. This dude's got some balls. And speaking of big, troopy balls,
no, I've seen Terrans do this. I think that they're just going to fly it right over those destructible rocks and make a little hidden base. And it's never a bad strategy if you can get away with it. Go take your hidden base. Genius.
Works very well.
We'll see how long it goes undetected, though. I mean, when you're playing a Protoss player and he starts pumping out those observers mid-game, I mean, your secrets are only safe for so long, really.
Meanwhile, we've got WAP moving out 3 Marauders and a Marine. They're going to intercept this probe on the way in to gather some information, and that probe gets nowhere. It is very interesting, and a good point there. .net. He is probably going to just fly that command center into this area in the middle with the destructible rocks. Very smart, very nice little sneaky expansion. I like what WAP's doing here, and I don't think NormalGeek will scout this for some time. That's true.
Got some Marine Marauders hiding in the bush next to the Zelnaga tower, getting a lot of vision. So much vision right now.
And there you go. It's official. The command center lands.
There it goes.
And
so WAP getting an early expansion, and he's got 3 barracks and a factory right now. So we'll see if he transitions into some
Now, Sol, what do you make of this? This one reactor, and then all the barracks don't have add-ons. Is that the ideal way to play? Is if you need another barracks, go just build another one, or
well, if you notice,
why no reactors?
Well,
why no add-ons on these barracks?
If you notice, he's only just now getting his second gas, which is a pretty late second gas. Meanwhile, we've got a little skirmish down here in the middle of the map, and one of those sentries popping its guardian shield and retreating. Both players just poking and prodding, trying to see what's going on. Anyway, .NET, back to what you were saying. He was just now getting his second gas, so it was a very fast expand, not a gas-heavy build, and so you don't want to be wasting gas on things like expansions. He just has that one tech lab so he could pump out those Marauders, and that's pretty much all he was using his gas for.
And you know what? That's what he needs to be doing, is pumping out stuff. When you're tearing, you got to be pumping out those Marauders with no delay. With no gap in production, really.
That's true. Now we see one Hellion being built here. I don't see the Blue Flame Hellion upgrade being researched yet, but maybe he'll use this just to scout or as some lights.
I think they're for scouting purposes.
Anti-Zealot. Yeah, there goes the Hellion now. It looks like he's going to try to scout the map.
Also, this Nexus on the far left at the Expo's coming out right now. Finishing.
Now, where's NormalGeek playing out of? Is this a Korean player, or are you guys familiar?
He's not Korean. I know that much. I think he might be Canadian.
And the same goes for whap?
Yeah.
Whap, whap.
Those dirty whaps.
I think he might be Muslim.
This Observer
The Observer coming in at a Terran base.
Getting some good info.
Getting a lot of information.
Yeah, he's picking up. I mean, man, that's Patriot Act status. The amount of information he's getting behind the scenes there.
Both players just getting their expansions running up. A third command center being built. It looks like NormalGeek. He hasn't spotted that either. He doesn't. He's not quite sure what's going on. He knows that WAP is not one basing, so he's probably trying to figure out what the hell is going on here, and he's playing a little timid, keeping a pretty sizable force at the front of his natural. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true, and I mean, if you look at his vision, I mean, NormalGeek's vision hasn't even crossed the middle latitude line of the minimap.
Yeah,
he doesn't even know what's on the bottom half of the screen.
He hasn't seen any of that.
And until he starts finding it out or starts understanding that this amount of production, part of the game is understanding what's possible. And when you see someone pumping out units like that, you have to understand that's two base money, baby.
Two base money.
Now we see a Robo Bay going down for NormalGeek, and I don't know. We'll see what he does with this. Still no robotics facility. I mean, there's a robotics facility there. I'm sorry, he has one. Maybe if we see the thermal lance upgrade go down, we see a Colossus being built now.
There goes a Colossus.
And wow,
be very strong against this Terran army.
WAP moving to the middle of the map. NormalGeek spots that with his Observer. Still no clue about the expansion that WAP has down in the middle of the map. And yeah, this is going to be quite a surprise. That third command center going out, it's going to take the natural, and it looks like WAP is going to start taking a pretty strong economic lead here.
Yeah, and I'm keeping my mind on this medevac over here, seeing what cargo it's going to pick up. And it does pick up some Hellions. Let's see if a Hellion Cuirass is going to come and rain from the sky. Anything from the ground, NormalGeek can block with those force fields. Protoss is great for that, but he could sneak Hellions in if he's not paying attention and gets it from the rear.
It looks like that's what he's trying to do. He's got 4 Hellions in that medevac, and
that Observer has sight of those, and they're going to engage those Hellions. The Stalkers are going to take them out. No big deal. Eat them for lunch. We'll see this medevac up at top.
Here comes the drop.
Now, is this drop going to be able to hit enough stuff in time? Will the probes run away and... And that Hellion harass is absolutely amazing.
He sees the Stalkers not getting a ton of kills here. Let's take a look at the units killed. Control R here. We see workers killed. Actually, 17, 20 workers killed for whap, and he's just done an awesome job.
And
meanwhile, NormalGeek
aggression is going to be
NormalGeek moving out. Beaten Cakes, what do you think we're going to see here in this encounter?
Well, you know, I think, you know, it's going to be an...
Oh, man. Some nice force fields dropping down. And this Colossus just doing sick damage to the Marines and the Marauders. The Protoss army completely blowing through the Terran there. And I think he can push this straight into whap's base. Whap looks like he might be in trouble.
Totally. Meanwhile, whap just doesn't seem to have the micromanagement. If you notice at the top left, his Hellions have just been sitting vacant there. They could have moved in, done something, you know, figured something out, some sort of confusing harass, just sitting there, not even using them in battle. I mean, really, a lot of this was the micromanagement mistakes on whap's part. And the attack continues on. Colossus. Keep moving in. The force fields go up. And force fire from this Colossus, and it does not fall. That is too much firepower from the Protoss. And
there it is. GG. whap loses the first game in this best of 3, and wow, I'm a little surprised to see that. That was quite a good game.